Welcome back to An Athlete's Journey. I'm your host, Travis Reed, and today I got a special guest, somebody I've been trying to drag down to do this show for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Even like let my people get to your people kind of thing. You've been big time to me.
Don't do me like that, man.
But nah. He's a really good brother. Played a long time, really could have played more. He's one of those rare dudes that actually could have kept his career going, but decided to stop on his own 2 feet. A lot of us is like, I want to keep going, but they ain't give me the money. But he, you know what I'm saying? He actually had to, he could have kept playing, but he decided to stop. But I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Please introduce yourself to the people.
Well, my name is Kibwe Trim, man, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Came here when I was 17 years old, $500 in one suitcase and a million dreams. So yeah, I ended up playing basketball at Sacred Heart University in Connecticut, private mid-major Division I Northeast Conference.
Mhm.
After that, I did 5 years there, and then after that, I went pro. Did a little bit of summer league mini camp with the Clippers. Then I went overseas. And I did 10 years, man, in 8 different countries, man. France, Venezuela, Romania, Japan, Taiwan, Lebanon, Korea. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I,
Mhm.
I got my licks in, man. I paid my dues. And now I'm retired. I'm here in Los Angeles with my family, man. My wife, 2 young kids. I run a nonprofit foundation called Dream Chase International. You can see the logo on my chest. I
Mhm.
also run an event company called LA Line. My wife and I are in real estate as well. And it's expensive to live in LA, so we got a lot of different avenues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to
I'm
live in
also in the
LA. Yeah, it's expensive.
yeah,
You got to have about 8 jobs. You know
for
what I'm
sure, man. I'm also in the pharmaceutical industry, man. So we working, man. We getting busy. You know
You
what
know what
I'm
I'm saying? I was saying like, yeah, he's Jamaican. He's got about 10 different jobs. You know what I'm saying? To live that way in LA. So I get that. I respect that. Now the
Yeah,
funny thing you were saying, we'll get into it a little bit later, but I also played in Romania too.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying I played for BC Merge. Yeah, BC
Okay.
Merge. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was with Energia Rovinari in Turkish U, man.
Oh yeah, you was. I think my friend played on the Bulaku.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Berlaku, he played, I think he played with Ploiesh
because he was
Asisol.
Romanian, like the
Yeah, he
Romanian.
was like the Romanian Jordan over there,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I played with him. I played with him in Estonia. We played in Estonia together,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then we played. I played against him in Romania. He, like you said, he
Yeah.
was.
I probably gave him a couple elbows here and there, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he talk. He big shit. He big shit talk. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
So
remember him, man.
yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy. But okay, we're gonna rewind a little bit. You said you came to you came to the States when you were 17, right? Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
When did your when did you start playing basketball?
Well, bro, I mean, I started playing in Trinidad, where I'm from, at 13. I mean, believe it or not, bro, I was a soccer player. In
Mm.
Trinidad, nobody cares about basketball, dude. It's soccer, it's track, and it's this game we call cricket, which is like baseball with a flat bat.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was playing soccer, and at like 13, I was like 6'4", and they're like, "Bro, you got to go, dude." And I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. I didn't want to play basketball, dude. Like they forced me to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? They made
Right,
me play basketball. And
right.
I started playing. And eventually I got good at it. And I saw the potential. I was like, dang, this could probably get me a scholarship, probably get me to college. And that's all I wanted to do, get to college. Anything
Mhm,
after that
mhm.
was a bonus. So once I realized like this could be my ticket out, I just kind of latched onto it aggressively and then, kept it moving from there.
No, I feel you on that one. I would say this, man, like, the fact that you started when you were 13, about 17, you were coming here in the States. That's
Yeah,
insane. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
fact
And I
that you
mean,
didn't.
even that story is crazy, man. What happened was they put together kind of like an all-star Trinidadian team, and they brought
Mm,
us to play in an AU tournament at Seton Hall.
okay.
I think maybe it was my first time or maybe second time in the States. Played at Seton Hall. I think we played 4 games. We won one, but I did my thing. You know what I mean? And I literally had like 15 scholarship offers after that tournament. I didn't
Wow.
know anything about anything. All I knew is I wanted to go D1 and I wanted to get a full scholarship. That's all I knew. You know, every, you know, Northeastern was there, Georgetown, Hartford, Boston College, Boston
Mhm.
University. But anyway, so we met a recruiter from Sacred Heart University,
Mhm.
black guy, probably the only black guy in the gym. I'm from Trinidad. I'm from Trinidad. You know, I'm just being honest. I'm not used to white people. You know,
Yeah, of course, of
black
course,
guy
of
in the
course.
gym. My mom was going to be there with me for 2 days. I
Mhm,
was staying at
mhm,
my uncle's house in New York.
mhm.
They called my house every 2 hours for the next 2 days. Then they brought me on an illegal recruiting trip to Sacred Heart University, which up until now, I tell my coach, man, y'all knew it was illegal. He's like, no, man, we didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was just like, well, they said they're gonna give you a full scholarship. You know, this guy is black, seems nice. So you want to go here? I'm like, sure. You know what I mean? And that was that. You know what I mean? That's how I ended up at Sacred Heart, man. And you see, there go to Jersey right there, man.
Okay, okay,
You know?
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy. Man, can I tell you how crazy of a story that is? The fact that that sounds like a Kim Olajuwon story, dude. Straight up.
Like nothing, bro. I was supposed to go out to Vegas and playing. I think it was called Big Time or something at that point. And bro, I knew nothing. You know,
Mm.
literally when I signed with Sacred Heart, people called up my aunt, cursing her out, like, "What are you guys doing? Like, why you this kid? He's not supposed to be there." Da, 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 da. But I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm thankful, man. Listen, like I said, I was just trying to get to college.
Right, right.
Anything
Yeah.
after that was a blessing for me.
No, no, that makes a lot of sense. I think for sure the fact that, like you don't know what you don't know. And maybe all those other schools might have done, you know what I'm saying? You might not have started and
You
played.
never know. You
Yeah, you
never
don't
know. And
know.
I mean, I had a slow start at Sacred Heart. Not till my senior year, I really, became, something. You know what I'm saying? So my freshman year, I was rated as the best NBA prospect in our league,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I ended up having a back injury. It kind of slowed me down for the next couple of years. And by my senior year, I came on strong. I killed everything. But then again, you at Sacred Heart. There's different levels to
No,
this.
of course.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, it's hindsight is 2020, man. Like you said, you know what you know. And listen, I graduated with a master's degree, first team academic All-American.
Mhm.
I just can't. You can say coulda, woulda, shoulda, if but I'm blessed, brother. That's the only way I look at it.
Nah, I feel you on that. Now, my question for you, you said that like your first year you kind of struggled. What
Mhm.
was the biggest difference between like, that AAU thing in your first year in college?
Oh, everything was different, man. Dude, I'm in Connecticut. I never seen snow in my life, bro. It's cold in Connecticut, bro. Everything, the food is different. I was sick every day. There's a language barrier. I'm fresh off the boat. I got my accent, everything. I'm trying to talk to people, nobody understanding me. Man, everything was different, dude. It's the speed of the game is different. The
Hmm.
amount of time we put in, bro. Listen to me, bro. In Trinidad, I was playing on 4 different teams. I'm playing on high school teams. I'm playing like what y'all would consider AAU. I'm playing club. I might have practiced one time a week with all 5 of them. I mean, it's a whole different thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
of course, of course.
we up at 6 in the morning. We got class. We got a session in between class. We got class again. You know how it is.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
basically in school for ball. You're not in school for school. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a complete shock to my entire being, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you, man. Like, like going to UCLA as a freshman, it was like shell shock, because
Right.
that was the first time I ever had freedom from my father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like so we had to go to like summer school, and
Mhm.
man, like I was like, man, I can spend the night with girls, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I must have been the king spoon my freshman year. You
Oh,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, cause I was like, oh, you want to spend the night with me? Yes.
Right, right, right. You done went loose. You let
Yeah,
loose.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't even about like, sex or anything. It was literally about just spending the night with a girl, waking up with a girl.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was just, man, like I said, that was crazy.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, same. I grew up in a very religious household.
Yeah, yeah.
I was really just school and basketball, man. And you
Mhm,
come out here, you the
mhm.
man on campus. So I had a lot of that too, my guy.
Yeah, no, trust me, I feel you. Now, when I got, obviously next year, like my grades shaky in the beginning, but got better as as the higher I got up because I kind of got used to it. But
Okay.
that first year, that first semester, woo! I was eligible by the skin of my teeth. I was like, hanging
Really?
on. Yeah, I was like,
See, that's
yes.
different for me now because the system in the Caribbean, bro, my high school was way tougher than my first 2 years of college.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh
the
yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
education system, it's a British system in
Yeah.
the Caribbean.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
either like, when you have tests, bro, you could ask a question and you literally writing essay long answers. It's either you know or you don't know. I got to
Mm,
college, it was multiple choice.
yeah, yeah.
You get extra credit, you get makeup tests. All I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? And then actually with me, I actually did 2 years extra. I was finished high school at 15 years old. I did two
Mhm.
extra years that gave me like a first year in college. So when I came to college, I already had like a semester of credits,
Oh
you
wow.
know, English 101 and all this stuff. This is stuff you do in the Caribbean at 10 years old, but I'm just being honest with you. You know what I mean? So my first year, first couple years, honestly, was a breeze. That's why I told you I'm first team academic All American.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got tougher at the end, but my foundation academically was pretty sound coming in.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I think, when I was in Europe, pooping, like they went to school so much more than
Yep.
the kids in the States. I want to say the kids in the States might have, they go to school 180, 80, 90 days or whatever in a year, maybe
Mm,
more. But in Europe, they
mm.
go like 260, 270.
Wow. See,
Yeah.
yeah, see now I don't even know necessarily the difference in the days, but dude, the focus like sports in America is big business. It's really life-changing. And I mean, depending on what sport you are in Trinidad,
Yep.
maybe, but
Mm.
focus is more on academics. My parents, they were, they preached academics to us. In Trinidad, at like 10 or 11 years old, you have to take a national exam when you're in elementary school. And
Mm.
based on how you do in that exam, you get placed in a high school. The high
Oh.
school I went to, you had to be in the top 1 percentile in the country to go to that
Oh.
high school.
Oh
You
wow.
know what I mean? So
Okay,
it
yeah.
was a high school for people that were considered elite academically.
Hmm,
You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of giving you an idea of my academic background.
No, no,
So,
no. I get it. You
yeah.
Einstein. You Einstein. So I get it. I get it.
We ain't
Einstein.
saying that. It's hard not to explain this without
Yeah.
sounding braggadocious, but
Nah, I got you. So
yeah,
obviously you do great in college academically. You academic All-American.
yeah,
You finally get cooking your senior year.
yeah.
What would you say your greatest failure was in college and your greatest triumph was in college?
My greatest failure in college, not killing the first 3 years. Because I came in with a lot of pride and a lot of belief in myself, and I'm not gonna lie, when I came, it was a different level. But I'm the kind of dude. It's either you gonna rise to the occasion or you're gonna put your tail between your legs and whimper off.
Hmm,
And I ain't
hmm,
never
hmm,
been that.
hmm,
You know what I mean? I
hmm,
worked
hmm.
my entire life to get there. And then my freshman year, I got hurt, is what happened. And it took me a while, but to get back to full strength. But all the while, I'm like, man, I know I should be murdering this. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So that's what and especially at a mid-major school, you
mhm,
know.
mhm,
So
mhm,
that
mhm,
was what I would consider my biggest failure. But at the same time, I think my biggest triumph was in the bounce back. You know what I mean? By my senior
mm,
year, I led the league in scoring, fourth
mhm,
in rebounding, first team all conference. Like I
mhm,
said, academic all American. Dude, the awards, I can't even remember all of them. But
mhm,
I went from waking up with, so what happened was, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. My freshman year, and I ain't even gonna lie to you, I got dunked on by a senior and
mhm.
I fell on my back.
Oh,
And ever since that day, it just wasn't right. And like some days I would wake up and couldn't even walk. So I sat out my sophomore year, right?
Oh, so you didn't even play at all.
I didn't. I played the first 7 games in excruciating pain, and then it was like, this is not going to work.
Right, right,
I
right,
went
right,
to
right.
15 different doctors all over the country, and nobody could figure out what it was. Eventually, I don't know if my body got stronger, got used to the workload, and I mean, all through my career, I played in pain, but I just knew how to manage it,
Hmm.
right? So all that to say, my biggest triumph was my bounce back because I thought my career was about to be over before it even started. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
fact that you even played that whole time since then in that
Exactly,
pain, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
Because every year, even overseas, I had a couple games where I just had to get through it. Because with back injury or with most injuries, if somebody don't see you with a cast on or they don't know what you feeling.
yeah,
You
yeah,
alone is
yeah.
feeling that. So
Hmm.
I'm playing games with my back this tight where I
Oh,
can barely
yeah,
even
yeah.
move.
Well, you're
You know
like
what I mean?
you're running like, yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And eventually it'll settle down and it'll calm down. But that was my entire career.
Oh,
But I just
wow.
learned how to manage it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
The fact that you did 10 years, that's insane, bro.
10 years, man. I just, bro, when you work so hard for something and this is what you want your entire life, dude. I'm a kid from the Caribbean, dude. In the Caribbean, you don't even see NBA players close up. You know, because there's nobody from Trinidad born and raised that actually made it to the NBA and stuck in the league, born and raised. So I never had examples of that. So my
Mm,
whole life I'm working towards this. I'm like,
mhm.
man, I ain't about to just quit. You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
feel
We're
you.
gonna figure out how to, and that's just the cloth I was cut from.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Now, what would be the biggest lesson that you learned from college?
Biggest lesson that you learn from college.
Yeah, that you learned. Yeah.
Um, Man, it goes by quick.
Yeah.
Goes by quick. I
Right.
mean,
No,
just life, period, man. It goes by quick. 1 minute you're a freshman, and the next your time is up, and it's time to figure out what's next.
it's true.
You
That is
know, and
100%
I was
true,
told
man.
that coming in, man. Hey, man, give it your all while you here, because it goes by. The next thing you know, it's gone. And I mean, bro, there's so many lessons you learn, bro. You learn how to be disciplined. You know how to be determined. You learn how to be dedicated. But
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
it's the
Hmm.
thing that it's like, dang, it's over already. You know what I mean?
No, no, definitely, man. Yeah, 5 years because I transferred schools, and then
Yeah,
after that, after we lost in the Big West tournament, my 5th year, it was just like, damn,
yeah.
this is really over, dude. I got to
It's
figure out
over
what's
with.
next. Yeah,
It's over with,
yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So okay, so you do all these great things. You lead the conference in scoring, fourth the rebounding. Probably up there in field goal percentage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Field goal percentage. Always like if you're doing lead scoring and rebounding, then yeah, you're up there in
Yep,
field goal percentage for sure.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So you have looks from the NBA. How does your NBA process, go?
Yeah, man. So my first workout was with the Lakers. I come out, I signed with Priority Sports. Priority Sports is
Mm-hmm,
big time at that point. They Antoine Walker, Steve Nash, I don't know,
mm-hmm,
Danny Granger, big time. Adam Morrison came out with me. We were working out together every day. I had a lot of workouts, man. I don't remember all of them, but Lakers, Grizzlies, Spurs, Orlando, Sacramento. I had a lot of workouts.
mm-hmm.
Didn't end up getting drafted. But then I had a private workout with Elgin Baylor.
Yeah, the Clippers. Okay.
And yeah, Clippers. And he was like, man, we gonna take a chance on you, man. And they brought me on the Clippers Summer League team. And I'll be honest, man, the Summer League team was stacked. Chris Kaman, Danny Ewing, Sean Livingston. I forget the big boy from Michigan State. Man, I didn't
Oh,
get a lot of burn.
yeah,
Big
no,
white
no,
guy,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah, them summer leagues, like when you're like getting a workout and like sometimes they be just needing an extra body. You don't
Yeah,
even get the opportunity to play. So,
exactly.
you know what
So
I'm
I
saying?
didn't get a lot of opportunity, man. And they released me after that. I came back. So, and I did a few years overseas. I came back in 2010, did mini camp with the Clippers again,
Okay.
and they didn't sign me. And I was just like, you know what, man? I'm gonna just keep it moving overseas because, and I mean, in hindsight, bro, I figured I I think maybe I could have stuck with trying harder to stick in the league a little bit longer. But my mindset was, bro, ain't nobody was coming to save me. I'm from Trinidad. I need to get some money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know
I
how
feel
some
you.
guys they be in the D League for 10 years or whatever. You got a support system here. You get whatever. You cool. I'm thinking, bro, my family's in the Caribbean still. You
Right,
know,
right, right,
you
right,
know,
right, 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 right.
seven $1 is seven of our dollars. So in order to
Mhm,
get $1, we got to get seven of them back there. So I'm
mhm.
like, you know what? Ain't nobody come to save you. Ain't nobody come to pick you up. You need to go get this money. So, after that second, little stint, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just get as much money as I can make overseas, man.
Man, there was this documentary thing I just saw on I think Amazon, like
Mhm.
about the D League journey. And like, remember back then when we were hooping, it wasn't 7,500, it was 2,500, maybe 2,000. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? My
yeah.
boy, the year before I graduated, my boy had played. He said he played in like New Mexico or the Willacoochee, Georgia, some small place.
I did a year in the D League too.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
it was five to an apartment, a 2 bedroom, and he was just like, "Bro, this is
Oh
worse than
man.
college." Because in college he had his wife and kids. He was married at the
Right.
time. He said, "Bro,"
Wow.
I asked him, "So what is it like?" He was like, "Bro, don't go overseas."
So
So
I
go
did
overseas.
what I listen, man. I did 1 year in the D League, man,
Yeah.
and that was because I couldn't go overseas at the time. Remember, I'm Trinidadian, so I had to
Mm.
get the correct paperwork and all
Ah,
this
yeah,
stuff,
yeah, 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 yeah,
visas and all this stuff, and I couldn't go.
yeah.
So my agent got me bro. I was in Bismarck, North Dakota. Now, let me tell you something.
Well,
God bless
no,
North
I lived in North
Dakota.
Dakota as a baby, but yeah, I feel you.
Listen, man, God bless North Dakota. God bless the people. The people were great. But listen, that place is something like out of a movie, dog. You roll into the town, there's tumbleweed rolling around, there's a town hall with saloon doors. Bro, it was crazy. In the middle of the summer, it was like negative 14 degrees in Bismarck. You know what I mean? We had drinks and stuff. We wouldn't even put them in the fridge. We put them in the snow outside. You know what I'm
Really?
saying? So, I mean, listen, man. And I mean, we were in an apartment. We were in a big apartment complex, but it was two to an apartment. So I had
Okay.
we each had our own room. We rolled around in a little little mini bus type thing. And I mean, listen, it was an experience, but man, it definitely wasn't 5 star. I'll tell
No,
you.
no, no. I imagine. Like, look, I respect it, and I respect the dudes who do that.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna be me. Like, I was like, once he told me that, and I was like, oh man, I'm only making 2,500. I'm about to go
Yeah,
overseas and
yeah.
make some more money. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? You know what I'm saying?
uh,
I was like, at least over there is something different. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, if we
right.
on the bus,
Yeah,
but yeah, but I feel you on that. So let me ask you this, like you playing it, obviously you do the D League thing for a year.
right.
And you still signed with Priority Sports. Now, how did you start? What was your first place to go to overseas and how'd you get over there?
So after the D League, I must have done France. France.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. Oh no, 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 no. I'm lying. I'm lying. So my first was France. First year was France. Then the second year I did the D League.
okay, okay,
Right.
okay,
So first year was France/Venezuela. Then I
okay.
came back and did the D League.
Okay,
So
okay.
after the D League, I ended up in Romania. So Priority Sports
Mm.
was with me until the D League, and then they try to send me to Iceland for like $2,000, and then I was like, you know what, man, you know what, man.
Right,
And
right.
again, though, and I'm not the type of dude to bash nobody. You know what I mean? But the way how it seemed at that point was, if you ain't solid NBA, they don't have they at that point they didn't have They didn't have the overseas
No, he
connections
didn't
to
have
get
overseas.
me
Yeah, yeah.
into a situation that I felt like, I was worthy of. So we kind of went our separate ways.
I
And
get it.
and you know what? I think it was a coach from Romania. I feel like he just ended up reaching out to me. He might have saw some video or something like that. And and my memory is terrible, man. So I think this is how that happened. They reached out to me, and I ended up going over there
No, I feel
after the
you.
D League. Yeah, after I severed with Priority Sports, and I mean, I was kind of working as my own agent for a while.
So you was
Yeah.
like doing like emailing and like
Yep.
saying I'm
Yep.
available.
Try to
Okay,
reach out. Yep. Yep.
I feel you. Because I remember I was with a Dutch agent. I was with a French agent, and then I let him go. Then I was with a Dutch agent, and the Dutch agent tried to keep me in Holland because I was in Holland for 4 years.
Right.
And he was
Right.
like, just keep making this money in Holland. Like, I don't want to be in Holland no more,
Right.
dude.
Yeah, it was interesting because I had already had a lot of agents who were hitting me up all the time.
Yeah.
So once I severed with Priority Sports, I started kind of talking to different people, trying to get my name out there in my own way. But the agent game was just like so crazy, man. And people wanted you to sign with them,
Before
but
you'd
they
even,
didn't
yeah, yeah,
guarantee you
yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? And you get a job in another way, and they didn't get you the job, but they want to get paid, all this stuff. And I was always really wary of this stuff. So I was kind of working on my own. And I was telling these agents straight up, I'm not signing nothing with you. You get me a job, you're going to get me the money. I mean, you're going to get the money. I was doing that for a little while until I eventually, my agent ended up being David Song, a Korean American guy.
Mm.
And, I made him a lot of money in Asia. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
we
because
ended
you
up,
said you was in Japan, right?
yeah, I did Japan for 3 years. I did
Okay.
Taiwan. I did Korea, and
Hmm.
all that was Dave Song, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
yeah.
some good connections, and I made him some money. He made me some money, man. So I'm thankful for that dude. And he pursued me. He was pursuing me since college, and he was one of the
Uh
guys. I said, hey, man, I'm not signing no deal with you. Get me a job, and you have my word. You're gonna get paid what you're supposed to get paid. And that's what he did, and he kept getting me jobs. I kept getting paid. He kept getting paid too.
I
Yeah.
feel you on that. So I guess my next side question, obviously my boy, my big bro J.R. Henderson was over there
Hmm.
in Japan.
Uh-huh.
I remember he was like they use him as a foreigner basically
Yeah,
because he
but
was over there.
that's the one who changed the name to JR Sakagurai or
Yes,
something,
yes, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
He went to
yeah,
UCLA. He was a senior and I was a freshman. He played for Memphis. He got drafted by Memphis. And then he was over there for so long, like he switched his name.
yeah,
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 yeah. He lives over there now, I think.
yeah, yeah. And there's a few guys, man. I don't know if you remember Nick Fazekas.
I
Nick
heard of him.
Fazekas
I
from
remember,
Nevada, big white boy.
yeah, yeah. I remember
Um,
Charles O'Bannon was over there too, right?
Yeah, yeah, bro. There was a lot of players, man. A lot of yeah, yeah, yeah. I even seen you in Korea. I seen you had Tony Akins on your show from
Yeah,
Georgia
yeah,
Tech.
yeah, yeah,
He was
yeah.
one of the guys in Korea, and he was naturalized in Korea. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of guys, man. Gary Hamilton out of L.A. You
Yeah,
gotta know
yeah,
Gary
yeah, yeah,
Hamilton.
yeah. No, I know.
He
I remember.
he been in Japan for years. He ain't never coming back.
Some of the dudes would be like, I'm gonna just ride this wave off.
Yeah, and that's my guy, man. But I mean, I think he might still be hooping, man. As a local now.
Right? No, seriously, you could when you play with it for so long, you can hoop as a local forever, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because I'm not even American, but for some reason, I just couldn't. No place that I went, I could just find myself just staying there. I was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
nah, I'm back to the crib.
No, I feel you on that, man. Yeah, there were some nice places, like you said, but I couldn't see
Yeah.
myself leaving California for that. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I enjoyed everywhere I went, and I'm one of those dudes who I embrace the full journey. I had some teammates like, man, I ain't come here to be a tourist. I came here to hoop. I'm like, all right, homie, I'm gonna see you. I'm about to explore here. I'm about to go here. I'm gonna go try this food. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
snorkel over here. Bro, I got
yeah.
bro, I got certified scuba diving in Okinawa, my G.
Oh, wow.
I'ma live, bro.
I
So
feel you.
I enjoyed every place that I've been, but I just couldn't see myself like, I'm gonna go ahead and find a wife over here and settle down. That just
Nah,
wasn't me.
that wasn't
You know
me.
what
I
I
got.
mean?
I feel you. I feel you. So let me ask you this: what would be your best advice, for the next generation of you? What would be your best advice for that?
In terms of what?
Just in terms of like, say you're like, you have a son, he's in high school, I mean, in
Right.
college, and he's about to go pro, or like, say he wants to go overseas, trying to debate NBA, D
Yeah.
League overseas. You know what I'm saying? What would be your like advice to him, to like what you should do? You know what I'm saying? As far as like your advice for that, because
Well, I
obviously
mean,
you
bro,
you lived it. You lived both ways.
yeah. I mean, firstly, you got to put in the work, right? You
Mm-hmm.
put in the work because that's what you can control.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stay disciplined, stay determined, stay dedicated, bust your butt. And then, some of the chips, you say let the chips fall where they may. And even when you do that, everything still is not going to go necessarily according to your plan,
Mm-hmm.
but you're as good as your best option, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you bust your butt and you try to keep yourself educated. Don't get sold dreams by everybody else. I mean, listen to people who actually care about you. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean?
right, right.
And then you got to try to be savvy enough to understand the business,
Mhm,
understand, people in general, life in general, and you
mhm,
just try to make the best decision that you can, man. But again, nothing is ever going to be perfect. Nobody has a perfect journey. You know what I
mhm,
mean? So embrace every part of it. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? That's what I would say, man.
No, I feel you. I feel you 100% on that. So you played 10 strong years, you know what I'm saying? You made your money. You could have
Right.
played longer, but you decided to hang it. When did you know it was time to kind of, hang it up?
Bro, you know what, man? I won a championship in 2013, right?
Hmm.
I mean, Imma show you my little ring
Oh, you
right here.
actually
You know
brought
what
it
I
out.
mean? You gotta
Oh,
bring it out. I only got one, man. I gotta show it off.
there you go. Hey,
You know,
for the people that's listening, he actually showed me his championship ring.
yeah, man. So that year, bro, was the best year of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what you work for as a player, right? You want that medal, you want that hardware. And it had eluded me before. I got it that one year, and I had just turned. I think I was just turning 30.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
turned 30. We won the chip.
Hmm.
I swear to you, bro. The next year, I don't know what happened. I just felt like mentally I was tired. Physically, I was tired. I just all of a sudden, bro, I was done. I do
Right.
not. It was like a switch happened. I don't know what obviously, you play really long when you win a championship, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe my body was just so beat up. So I went back the next year and I mean, listen, man, I gave it my all, but I dreaded every moment of it, bro. I dreaded every practice. I dreaded every game. I'm being dead serious.
He said he dreaded everything, huh?
I just didn't want to do it, man. I didn't want to be there. I didn't
Hmm.
want to be away from my family. I didn't want to be away from my friends. I didn't want to wake up every day and put my body through the pain. I just didn't want to, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
and I
feel you.
finished the season, bro. Somehow I averaged a double double still. We were in contention to win another championship, but we fell short at the end. But then after that, bro, I was like, man, the way I felt this year, and that's how you get injured, man. You're halfway in it. You're not really, you know what I mean? I was like,
Your mind's not, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So after that, yeah, I was like, you know what, man? If they gonna pay me $20 million, I'll come back. If nobody offers me $20 million, I'm staying home.
I got you. I feel you on that, bro. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
And that's just what it was, man. That's just what it was. Yep.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, no, like I feel like for me, it was I had stress fractures in both my shins. And so
Mm,
to this day, I got those steel plates in both of my shins from playing a
wow.
yeah.
That's tough. Yeah,
So
that's tough.
I remember like, by my last year over there, I was popping the leaves like Skittles, like,
Yeah.
I was,
I was 2 a day every morning, two in
yeah,
the morning,
yeah,
not 4 a day, 2 in the morning, two at night.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was doing like 5 to practice and then like 6 to play, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like,
Wow.
like 2 in the morning, 2 at lunch, 2 before
Yeah.
the game, you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so, like, I was like, "Man, I don't know if I wanna do this for another 5 years of having to
Right.
pop pills like that,
Right.
before every single game and stuff." So I'm like, it might be the time, even though I would have done it, but it was
Right.
I could tell that for me, my body was, you know, I just, like, and even with the 6, I was like, man, maybe I should have took 7. And once that
Yeah,
was
but
happening,
I feel like after, well, I mean, depending on how you space it out, but after over two at one time,
yeah.
I think it has the same effect.
Yeah. Yeah, and for real. It's like taking vitamins. It's kind of the same thing. Like,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
take, the same vitamin twice, it really after,
Yeah.
third one
Yeah.
really ain't that big of a deal. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. All right. So now, you know, you play, you retire, and obviously, this is one of the things that I want to get into you about. So you retire. Do you have a plan for what happens next, or you just kind of come home and then try to figure things out?
Man, so bro, I had started my nonprofit while I was playing in 2013.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I was doing nonprofit work.
Hmm.
I had invested in real estate. I
Hmm.
had the real estate checks coming in. I had set up some Airbnbs. I had 4 Airbnbs throughout the city.
Oh wow.
I was determined when I always said I wanted to write my book. So when I retired, I wrote my book.
Oh,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying? I wrote my book. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we're gonna promote this at the end for the people that's listening. But like, yeah,
Yeah,
he just showed
yeah.
his actual book that he wrote. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? From nerd to pro. And then,
That's
that
a
was the
perfect
first
name too.
from nerd to pro, man. Yeah, I told you I was an academic kid, man.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so all that I was doing, man, and I was doing that while I retired. So I had a lot of things going on, but I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, for a year. And then, once I retired, I was always doing commercials. I mean, when I retired, I did a movie in Russia. It's called 3 Seconds. It was about the US Olympic team that lost to the Russians in 72. They got
Oh,
cheated.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
so I did that. It's up until now, it's the highest grossing movie ever made in Russia.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I was doing a lot of things. I had a lot of things going, bro. But I was training. You know what I mean? Because that's the low hanging fruit. I
Yeah.
mean, you were expert in that field, right? So I was training. But bro, I was depressed for like a year and a half, even with all that going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hurting for money. I just retired. I got money in the bank. I got money coming from real estate. I'm doing book tours. I'm speaking, but I'm depressed because you're used to a certain structure. You're used to a certain identity. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So I don't think I didn't have a plan, but I had put a lot of things in place, right? But I still didn't know where I was going to go next. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it was interesting. It was like a beautiful mess because it's like you did put certain things in place, but you still a mess because basketball is what you knew your whole life.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, you figure if you play from 5 to 33, that's 28 straight years or whatever.
Right?
You started at 13,
13,
you know what I'm
but
saying? That's
still
20 years
13 to,
straight.
yeah.
20 years.
That's your identity, bro. That's what you do. I hoop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people wonder why. I always say, like, people wonder why, like, Mike Jordan came back to the Wizards, or when
Right.
Magic came back in like '96, or why did
Yeah.
Kobe stay so long? Like,
Yeah.
even the
Yeah.
great ones don't really know,
Right.
in what's
Yeah.
next for them. So,
Yeah. For sure. For
you know what
sure.
I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel you on that. So, you finally standing on your feet now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I want to ask, for like our viewers and our listeners out there, uh, when obviously you have all this success, right? You have all these things going, but not sure what to kind of focus on.
Right.
What gave you the strength to keep kind of like going and not staying in that depression for that year and a half?
Man, listen, bro. At some point, I mean, life is up and down, bro. And at some point, you're gonna be down. But ever since the way I was raised, well, you're gonna be down. But at some point, you just gotta pick yourself and get up and get to move and get to business. bro. At one point, I had my aunt in Beverly Hills, bro. I packed up my apartment, put everything in my car, and I was sleeping on my aunt's floor just because I was depressed and I needed to be around someone who I know loved me and cared about me.
Mm-hmm.
With everything going on, still I got
Mm-hmm.
money, I'm cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, it was like just like, bro, all right, man, it's over. You walked away from it. You chose it on your time. Now let's get it cracking. Life still got to go on. It's either you live or you die, bro.
That's
You
straight
know what I
true.
mean?
100%.
And and again, I come from a very humble background. Let me explain to you, dude. I didn't grow up with running water in the shower. I didn't grow up with hot and cold. I didn't grow up with AC. At 5 o'clock in the morning, we used to have to go to the community pipe, fetch water for the family. My dad who raised me, he woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, took care of the cow, the goat, the sheep, and all that on the farm. Then he walked 5 miles to school barefooted. That's
Mm.
who raised me. So that's where I come from,
Mm.
right? So it's gonna be up and down, but after a while, you can't just stay feeling sorry for yourself. You got to get up and make something happen.
Mm.
And that's just what it was. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you cried a little bit, you whined a little bit, you pouted a little bit. All right, now time to get busy.
I feel you.
That's it.
Hey, and that's the hell of a thing, man. Like I said, the
Mhm.
fact that even with yourself and all the success you had, you got yourself off that pavement and got up and got to moving and got to grinding. And the funny thing, you was depressed, but you was already in the grind, which is it was already crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So think about a lot of hoopers who don't really have nothing going on.
Nothing, like
I've
nothing.
talked to friends, bro, who were suicidal.
Yeah.
After this hoop life, and your whole identity is that, and you never put anything anywhere else. But it's crazy, dude. The day I started hooping pro is the day I was thinking about what was going to happen after my pro career. That's how crazy it was. It never left my mind.
Yeah.
You
And
know what I'm saying?
that's the best advice you can give any hooper for the future, man. Like,
Yeah, it's gonna stop.
gonna stop. Have something ready. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard when you are putting, because as a hooper, you putting all your blood, sweat, and tears. So it's hard to necessarily like focus on something else. But I mean, you could find little things and get yourself exposed in little ways. Try little things on the side. Just sow little seeds. So at least when you stop, it might not be a full blown tree there, but there's a little plant. You know what I'm saying? So, and now you got some time to really water it, really nurture it, really, you know what I mean? And you make it into something what it is,
I got you. Last question for you. Where was the best? You've been overseas, obviously you did all these different countries. Where was the best place that you went?
Man, people always ask me that, bro. But bro, I love France.
Okay.
Korea was beautiful.
Mhm.
Man, look, bro, Japan, I won a championship in Japan. So
Right.
it was literally the best year of my life. But I'm just saying, but Japan was also, bro, they're so advanced with technology,
Yeah, imagine.
super clean country, food. They got so much culture. I mean, I'll probably say Japan is the best, man.
Japan's the best,
Bro,
yeah.
I had a great time. The only places that were a little crazy, Venezuela was a little crazy, Romania was a little crazy, Lebanon, you know what I'm saying?
I know the money was great. My mom was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah.
She was
Money
like,
was great,
you
man.
can't go." But yeah,
But I would probably go. I would probably say Japan, man.
I got
I
you.
love Japan.
I feel,
Yeah,
and I played in Bogota, Colombia, so I know how that.
exactly.
I had a lot of
Venezuela was
friends.
great.
Yeah,
Bro,
I had a lot of friends.
I saw like three different gunfights in Venezuela, bro. We on the bus and cats shooting at each other in the street.
Man, that's crazy.
Bro, one of my teammates got jumped after a game in Venezuela, bro.
Really?
By locals.
Why? Because y'all lost?
I don't know what happened, bro. We were all at the bus.
Mm-hmm.
When we came back to first of all, we didn't lose. We won. And I think he was talking trash. We were in we were not in North City.
Okay.
But I mean, bro, we were in Venezuela and there were dudes in the stands brandishing guns, showing the referee if we lose, brandishing guns, bro. It was crazy.
I remember, bro. Like that, I would say Bogota was crazy because we played in a court. We had a court and then a cage around it.
Yeah,
around the court. Yeah, and,
yeah.
and they had to lock the cage. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was, man. I was like, man, are they locking us in? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
wild. That's
Yeah,
wild.
and they was like, yeah, man, for our safety. I was like, man, yeah. I was like,
Yeah, man.
I wanted to sock my agent like, ah,
Exactly, man.
but you got me, man. Because we had to stay in a
Crazy.
hotel, all of us. Everywhere I went, I had 2 armed guards with me.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that was, like there was no police. It was only the government.
Oh man, it's some of those situations, and unfortunately, man, I feel like obviously people have stories about not getting paid. People have stories about all these things.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, man, I always got my money. I've gotten all my money, but I got so many stories, man, of guys dealing with teams run by the mob, owners pulling guns on them. I just a lot of.
No, I feel you, man. Like I said, man,
It can
like
get
that.
wild over there, man.
People don't really know like about the real like behind the scenes stories
Yeah,
of like the
everybody
overseas.
think
Like,
it's sweet, man.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Romania was crazy. Like,
Man,
what team I was on?
listen, a kid. Well, I left and he played at my college, but I was a senior. I graduated. He came in as a freshman. He got killed in Romania.
Really?
Yeah. Went to a club. Guys were jealous. Hit him upside the head with a bottle, and he just went into a hemorrhage and he died. Dude, a guy attacked me with a knife in Venezuela. The
Really?
story, I mean, it didn't work out that way for him. My teammates and I, he got handled. But I mean, Venezuela, when I was like I think when I was there, a national handball player from Hungary got stabbed to death in a club in Romania.
Man,
It's
that's
like,
crazy.
dude, there's some stories overseas where it can be dangerous. I mean, look at the whole situation that just happened with Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, seriously.
You
For
know?
like a little vape thing or whatever it
I
was.
mean, that was war politics, man. That's that was just she just got caught. For them, they used her as a pawn for bigger things. You know what I mean? Because that is that's an anomalous situation. That's an anomaly. But still, it's kind of some of the risks you could have going overseas.
Agreed.
Yep.
See, like I said, this is a whole nother story tangent we can go on for another, you know what I'm saying,
Exactly.
another 2 hours.
Yeah,
but I want
man.
to say thank you, my bro. I appreciate you coming on the show. Please promote your book and everything you got going on, how people can find you, everything.
For sure. All right. Well, hey, man, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it too, man. Because I see you've had some superstars on here, man. I'm just a humble servant of the people, man.
He just another superstar, folks. He trying to play me to the left.
No, so you can find me. My nonprofit foundation is called Dream Chaser International Foundation. You can find us www.dcifoundation.org on the internet. We're also on Instagram at DCI Foundation. My book is called From Nerd to Pro. You can order it directly from my website, www.dcifoundation.org, or you could also get it on Amazon. You order directly from me, you go and get it signed. Amazon, you not. So, you might want to do it that way. And then, I have my company. LA Lime is my event company. LA Lime, Lime in Trinidad means hang out or get together. So when I started, it was basically like a networking thing, but now people in LA love to party. So it turned into a lot of parties. So LA Lime, you can look on the website, www.la/lime. On Instagram, it's l.a.lime. And yeah, man, my Instagram is at KTRIM54. I'm an open book, man. I'm around. I'm a people person, man. I'm just enjoying life and trying to do the best I can for myself and my family, but I'm always reachable, man.
No, definitely. And like I said, when I post the show, like I said, I'll put his Instagram up so you can follow him on his Instagram. And like I said, if you message him, he'll message you back. He's not, he might take a little time, you know what I'm saying? But like he'll finally, he'll message you back. You know what I'm saying? And so like, and I'll post, if you have any questions about all his things he has going on, please, DM him or DM me, and I'll send it to him. And like I said, if you ever want to connect with him on any level, I'll definitely be sending it out to him. But you can follow me at Travis W. Reed. That's REED, Travis W. on Instagram. Travis W. Reed on Facebook. I post all my social media on there. You can like, share, subscribe to me, my new YouTube channel. Just put that out. An Athlete's Journey. Like I said, if you go to my Instagram, you just click it. It's right there in my bio. You know, like I said, An Athlete's Journey. Click it, subscribe, and like I said, you'll see these videos and shorts of my interview with my boy. And and if you're looking for that Travis Reed Athlete's Journey merch, just DM me or message me, and like I said, I'll send it to you personally myself. I just do it all myself. I ain't really tripping. You'll get a UPS style. And if you are interested in, like, I know a lot of people don't really know this, but I have a book club. So people always be wondering, like, what do former athletes read or whatever the case is. I have one on my LinkedIn account, Travis Reed. What I'm saying? Like we're about 25 strong. And like I said, I just post about different books, different things that I, different books I've read, because I read a ton now, So right now I'm in the process of reading the Tiger Woods story. So that's my, new book I'm doing right now. So yeah, I want to say thank y'all. Thank you, my bro, for listening. And like I said, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.